Okay, so we're going to Sarah Huevos. We're going to Sarah's eggs. Oh, funny.
Good morning. So, classic Bali. We're off to take our laundry to be done for us before we head to the gym. It's going to cost us, I think, about £1.50 for 2 loads of laundry, which is crazy, but it makes life so much easier not having to do it. And, well, we couldn't do laundry here even if we wanted to. There isn't a laundry machine. So we're going to go drop that off and then head to the gym.
Just arrived at Nirvana, trying to do a little bit of work. And maybe some handstands.
Definitely some handstands. And get a coffee, because Millie can't survive without her morning coffee. Let's go. So right now I'm booking our flights to Canada for next year. No, later this year. Do you want to tell them about the sweet, sweet deal we've just found?
So you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong, but Millie's been searching for a while. Our points just came in from our wages and stuff that we paid this month. Found return flight business class to Seattle. I'm going to do a little stopover to Vancouver for 190,000 points and £1,000 business return.
For both of us.
Pretty dope.
Which I think is pretty sweet. So I'm going to lock those in ASAP, and then we're going to Canada, which is very exciting. What a treat. Chicken and waffle fries for breakfast. So we've just finished up a workout at the gym, did some good handstands, which was fun. And we're now about to ride. Oh, let me get on the bike. Can I get on? Legs out for me. Don't say yes and then move. We are now about to head over to have some lunch at a place called Open House with a bunch of guys we've never met before. So that'll be exciting. I'm looking forward to meeting some people. They're all founders. And we'll go that way, I think.
Right.
Yeah. They're all founders of other companies, so I'm excited to meet them and see what happens. So I just got back from lunch. Classic Millie. Forgot I was doing a day in the life, so barely filmed any of it, but we had such a cool time. So it was a combination of lunch with a couple of friends that we already knew and 2 guys that we met from a thing called Founders Sports Club, and essentially it wasn't sports, but they put you together with other founders who are in a similar area to you and potentially have similar interests. So there's one guy who runs a marketing agency for dentists. How niche. Another guy who runs a couple of different YouTube channels with over 2 million subscribers. Awesome. And then a guy who runs an Airbnb management business in the UK, and another guy who has an info product helping people get out of their 9-to-5 and delivering their skill online. So really cool bunch of people, and it was just so like typical of Bali that you can go out to lunch like that with a group of really interesting, high achieving people. So it was really cool. And I'm back now. Christian has just gone to take laundry because we forgot to do it on the way back and it was closed when we went this morning. So I have got about 45 minutes before I'm jumping on some sales training calls with our team. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to prep that now and just make sure I'm ready with exactly what we're going to be doing today, and then I'll be jumping on those calls. This is the view that I get right now when I sit out here and do some work. Got rice field there, literally a window. They've just planted all of that rice, which is really cool. And then we have this lovely pool, which is pretty sweet. just finished up my first sales training, which was with a team member who's been off sick for a while, and we've just been coming up with a plan of action of how to reintroduce them to work whilst being able to kind of manage their health at the same time. But it was a really positive call. We've got a really good plan of action in place, and they actually did a really great job on the training as well, and delivered some good stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to have them back and kind of be able to get them back into work. So I'm just having a little stroll by the pool before I head back in for my second training in 5 minutes, which is with an existing member of the team, and we're working on appointment setting today. The main thing we're working on is just sticking to the script. They've started to just add in little ad libs which have the same intention but completely change the way that somebody perceives a question being asked. So we're going to work on getting that back on script today, because that's made a big difference in booking rates, and we need to get that back down. Right now this person is booking 1.2 calls an hour. The absolute minimum we can really see is 3, so we've got to make a big change on that. But the good news is the show rates have been going up, no show rates coming down, and so again I'm kind of excited to see a change in that as well. So time for my next training, and then the evening is, I think, going to be spent planning the webinar that we're running on the weekend, so that's exciting. So I finished up my trainings, and then I forgot to record, but I was doing a load of outbound calls to people that have done free trial sessions with us to see how the trials went and to try and sell them on that. So I've got one woman that I need to send a bit more detail and an invoice across to, which is fun. Kicking myself some pasta for dinner. I was going to order something, and then I thought, I don't need to do that. There's pasta. So making some pesto pasta. And then I'm pretty much going to wrap up for the night after that. I think Christian and I are going to watch some Netflix. We started a film in French last night, which is kind of rogue. But hey, it's interesting. Can't understand a word of it. But no, we're using the subtitles, so it's fine. And yeah, that is how we're going to finish up our day. I think it's been a pretty good day today. Very busy, but I've gotten some stuff done, so it's all good. Just finishing up for the day, eating my pasta whilst Christian is doing an interview, actually, in there. And I was just thinking about perspective and kind of the environment that you're in, because I sent my grandma a video of Christian and I doing a handstand, and I held it for like 15 seconds. We did a little handstand together. It was very cute. But the responses, she just put back, very good. Kiss, kiss. It's just my grandma's like level of response. She's like, cool, you do all this crazy shit all the time. Great. And I just thought it's interesting thinking about who you surround yourself with relative to like what your goals. Obviously, I'm not saying like go surround yourself with grandmas, or do, like mine's really cool. But what I mean is like there are some people who I would show that to and they'd be like, oh my God, that is insane. And then like at Nirvana where we're training, like my 15-second handstand is like barely a beginner. Do you know what I mean? And so I think it's just interesting to put yourself in more and more of those positions where you are like barely a beginner and you're around the people that are doing whatever it is that you want to do to an insane level, so that you kind of have that inspiration and skill level around you, essentially. So I'm going to wrap up for the day here. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what my day looks like in Bali, and I'm pretty interested to look back at this in a year or two and see if my days still look like this. Who knows?